Welcome to our U.S. briefing program. Today, we kick off with some exciting news from China, where the Purchasing Managers' Index, PMI, for manufacturing has bounced back to a positive 50.2 in February, signaling a recovery in the economy after a dip in January. This rise is attributed to government measures aimed at boosting investor confidence, despite challenges posed by new tariffs from the U.S. Next, we turn our attention to the ongoing tensions in Ukraine. Following a contentious meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, Western leaders are rallying support for Ukraine, emphasizing their commitment to standing firm against Russian aggression. Zelensky has garnered backing from allies, while Trump's remarks have stirred controversy and concerns about U.S. foreign policy. Finally, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has reiterated his nation's unwavering support for Ukraine amidst the shifting dynamics in U.S. politics. With significant contributions to Ukraine's defense, Australia and New Zealand are making it clear that they stand by Ukraine's sovereignty. Stay tuned for more in-depth coverage of these crucial developments. South China Morning Post reports that China's Purchasing Managers' Index, PMI, for February surged to a three-month high of 50.2, indicating a return to positive territory as the nation implemented measures to stimulate its economy. This increase from January's 49.1 reflects a rebound in manufacturing activities, largely influenced by companies resuming production after the Lunar New Year holiday. Notably, the sub-indices for production and new orders were at 52.5 and 51.1, respectively, suggesting a strengthening momentum in the sector. As China aims for an economic growth target of around 5% this year, the government is expected to unveil additional stimulus measures during the upcoming two sessions, amidst ongoing concerns about U.S. tariffs that could impact the manufacturing recovery. CNN highlights the growing support for Ukraine from Western leaders following a contentious meeting between Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. The meeting underscored the delicate balance Western nations must maintain in supporting Ukraine against Russian aggression while navigating Trump's transactional approach to foreign policy. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni expressed their commitment to Ukraine, with Starmer emphasizing the need for a peace that respects Ukraine's sovereignty. Meanwhile, Zelensky's discussions with European leaders and NATO officials reflect a unified front against Russian aggression, despite the tensions arising from Trump's recent criticisms and concessions to Russia. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation provides an overview of the tumultuous relationship between Trump and Zelensky, tracing its origins back to a controversial 2019 phone call that led to Trump's impeachment. The recent heated exchange during a meeting further complicates the future of U.S. support for Ukraine amid its ongoing conflict with Russia. As Zelensky navigates a challenging political landscape, he has received steadfast backing from European leaders, while Trump's fluctuating stance raises concerns about the reliability of American support. The evolving dynamics of this relationship underscore the complexities of international alliances and the stakes involved in Ukraine's fight for sovereignty. Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has firmly reiterated Australia's unwavering support for Ukraine amidst wavering commitments from the United States. Following a tense exchange between U.S. President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, which saw Zelensky abruptly leave a meeting, Albanese emphasized that Australia's foreign policy is independently crafted and resolutely aligned with Ukraine's fight against authoritarianism. He highlighted the broader implications of Ukraine's struggle, framing it as a defense of international law against Russian aggression. Echoing Albanese's sentiments, Shadow Treasurer Angus Taylor affirmed that the coalition would continue to back Ukraine, regardless of the shifting dynamics in U.S. policy. European leaders, including French President Emmanuel Macron and German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, have also expressed their steadfast commitment to supporting Ukraine, reinforcing the idea that the fight against Russian aggression transcends national borders. South China Morning Post: Chinese military scientists have made a groundbreaking advancement in satellite technology that allows for the tracking of shipping containers globally, a significant development for monitoring supply chains. This innovation, centered around the Tianhua 5 satellite, enables real-time data collection from IoT sensors on cargo, including their location and internal conditions. The technology is poised to enhance China's ability to enforce export controls and curb smuggling, particularly as the nation tightens restrictions on advanced technology exports to the U.S. and its allies. With a planned constellation of 66 nanosatellites, this system aims to revolutionize space-based monitoring, offering capabilities that outstrip current U.S. systems. While the Chinese researchers claim the system is intended for peaceful purposes, concerns have been raised in the U.S. about the potential for surveillance and data collection, highlighting the geopolitical implications of this technological leap. Guardian, in the aftermath of a contentious meeting with Donald Trump, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky expressed that the public fallout was detrimental to both parties. During the meeting, Trump suggested an immediate ceasefire and criticized Zelensky for not being ready for peace talks with Russia. Zelensky, however, maintained that Ukraine requires security guarantees before engaging in negotiations. The exchange drew swift support for Zelensky from European leaders, who underscored the necessity of standing with Ukraine against aggression. As tensions escalate, with ongoing Russian drone strikes hitting civilian areas in Ukraine, the international community is rallying around Ukraine's leadership. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer is convening a summit with European leaders to discuss further action on supporting Ukraine, reflecting a collective commitment to uphold the sovereignty and dignity of the nation amidst the ongoing conflict. South China Morning Post reports on a tense confrontation between U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky during a White House meeting. The encounter began with discussions about a minerals deal but quickly escalated as Vance accused Zelensky of being disrespectful and urged him to thank Trump for U.S. support. Trump, known for his confrontational style, raised his voice, warning Zelensky that he must accept a deal with Russia or risk losing U.S. backing. Zelensky later expressed disappointment with Vance's role, emphasizing his own commitment to diplomacy. This incident highlights Vance's aggressive push for an America First foreign policy, distancing the U.S. from traditional alliances and internationalism. Vance's boldness is seen as a strategic move to solidify his position as a potential successor to Trump, contrasting sharply with the more reserved approach of former Vice President Mike Pence. Nikkei Asia highlights the international fallout from the contentious meeting, with Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese reaffirming his country's unwavering support for Ukraine while avoiding direct criticism of Trump. The meeting's harsh tone left many world leaders shocked, as Trump and Vance labeled Zelensky ungrateful for U.S. military support. Albanese emphasized that Ukraine's fight is not just about its sovereignty but also about upholding international law, pledging continued support from Australia. New Zealand's Prime Minister Christopher Luxon echoed this sentiment, reinforcing solidarity with Ukraine in its struggle against Russian aggression. Despite the diplomatic tensions, Zelensky's visit aimed to strengthen U.S. support, but the meeting's outcome, which saw him leave without signing a critical minerals deal, raises questions about the future of U.S.-Ukraine relations amid shifting political dynamics in Washington. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Morning sunlight on the street, city whispers soft and sweet, faces mix in daily grind, every story intertwined, cultures blend like colors bright, languages in the silent night, on the table stories told, food and feast upon so bold, people living day by day, in the heart they find their way, sharing moments, voices sing, in this world of everything. Society in rhythms beat, entertainment's fleeting heat, echoes of wars and fears, laughing through our unseen tears, children playing in the park, drawing dreams till after dark, elders speak of days gone by, washing shadows from the sky. side.